Scale factor for volume. Now we've already looked at scale factor for area, and we've seen that if you know the length, scale factor for length, we can square the scale factor for length to get the scale factor for area. Let's just see if there's a relationship between the scale factor for length and the scale factor for volume. So we have similar cubes here. Scale factor for length, 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Now let's work out the volume for each cube. These cubes are similar, all cubes are similar. So volume, base times height times depth. All sides of a cube are the same, 27 centimetres cubed. The volume of my larger cube, 6 times 6 times 6, 216. So what's the scale factor for volume here? Okay, well, what's 216 divided by 27? 8. Okay, let's have a look at my purple cube. So already know the volume is 27. What's the scale factor for length? 9 divided by 3, which is 3. What's my volume of the larger cube? 9 times 9 times 9. 729. Okay, what's my scale factor for volume then? 729 divided by 27. 27. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, but 2 cubed is 8 and 3 cubed is 27. So to get from scale factor for length to scale factor for volume, we cube. So scale factor for length, scale factor for volume. If we know scale factor for length, we can cube to get the scale factor for volume, and to go back, we would cube root. Now let's look at 2 examples, and then you can have a go at some yourself. So what information do we have here? A length and a length, so we can find the scale factor for length. Okay, scale factor for volume. Well, we cube the scale factor for length. Smaller shape to the bigger shape. So 20 times 27 is 540. This time we have a volume and a volume, so we can find the scale factor for volume. $750 divided by 6 is 125. Scale factor for length. We need to cube root our 125. To get 5. Smaller shape to bigger shape, so we're going to divide 3. Okay, have a go at these 3 questions yourself. Put me on pause, unpause when you're done. Okay, well, we have a length and a length, but our length is in centimetres. We need consistent units. So let's change that to millimetres. Nope, we did change to millimetres, but I put centimetres. We have to have consistent units. So scale factor for length, 10 divided by 2.5, which is 4. Scale factor for volume then. We need to cube our 4. 4 cubed is 64. Small to big times by 64. 4,160. length and a length, so we can find scale factor for length. 8. Scale factor for volume, let's cube our scale factor for length. 512. We're going from the bigger volume to the smaller volume, so we're going to divide. We've got 160,000 divided by 512, 312.5. We've got a volume and a volume, so let's find our scale factor for volume. (960 over 120, which is 8. So the scale factor for length, don't forget to go back, you know the volume, to go back to the length, you cube root. So cube root of 8 is 2. So smaller to the bigger, so times 9 times 2, 18 centimetres. Okay, now what you've got to bear in mind with the scale factors. So if we know the length, we know to get the scale factor for area, we square root to go back. For volume, we cube, go back, we cube root. What you can't do is go from a scale factor area to scale factor for volume. You have to always go back to length. So let's just look at this example. We know an area, we know an area. So we can find the scale factor for area. So scale factor for area is 1,200 over 300, which is 4. So let's go find a scale factor for length by square rooting. Square root 4 is 2. Now we know scale factor for length, we can find scale factor for volume. So let's cube root. 2 cubed is 8. So now we can find our missing volume by multiplying by 8. So 600 times 8 is 4,800 for the volume. Okay, have a go at these 2 questions. Put me on pause and pause when you're done. So we know an area and we know an area. So we can find scale factor for area. (25). Don't forget we always need to go back to scale factor for length. So square root 25. Now we can find scale factor for volume. So if we cube our 5, and then big to small, so we're going to divide by our scale factor for volume, 400 divided by 125, 3.2. Okay, question 2. With this time we're given 2 volumes, so all we can find is the scale factor for volume. So we've got 540 divided by 20, which is 27. Let's go back and find our scale factor for length. So we can cube root the 27, which is 3. But we need the scale factor for area. So we need to square the 3, which gives us 9. Bigger area to smaller area, so divide by scale factor. 576 divided by 9, 64.